So, what actually separates those who win in every single situation from those who, well, just react to whatever happens? We often look at these massive champions, whether they're dominating the boardroom, leading executive teams, or crushing it in elite sports, and we kind of just assume they've got some sort of magic power, right? We think, oh, they're just luckier, or they're naturally fearless. But the reality, and this comes straight from the research we're breaking down today, is that winning, it's never just about luck. It's never just about circumstance. The ultimate differentiator is entirely mental. It's all about how you train your mind to respond, adapt, and overcome whatever absolute chaos life decides to throw your way.
Welcome to The Explainer. Today we're diving deep into a complete step-by-step training guide for achieving ultimate mental discipline. If you're tired of just reacting to your environment and want to start truly commanding your outcomes, you are absolutely in the right place. We're going to distill the core practices of top-tier high performers into a practical playbook for mental resilience. We'll show you exactly how they train their minds to choose victory, literally every single time.
Here's our mental mastery playbook for today. We'll be covering 1. The discipline of winning, 2. Daily habits for mental sharpness, 3. Reframing failure, 4. Embracing discomfort, and finally, 5. Visualizing victory.
Part 1. The discipline of winning, mindset over circumstance.
Okay, let's dive right into this. You see, the mind is basically the first battlefield where every single executive or athletic victory is won or lost. Most people out there are operating with an untrained mind as their baseline. They rely on luck, they get completely paralyzed by fear, and they just react to whatever chaotic Monday morning inbox hits them. High performers, though, they rely on a trained mind. Through incredibly intentional daily practice, they don't just survive obstacles, they adapt to them. And honestly, this is the kicker. They use pressure as fuel. They've developed a mental discipline so incredibly powerful that obstacles literally become opportunities for success.
There's this amazing quote. You are the blacksmith of your mind. The hammer is your will. The anvil is your daily discipline. Man, that is such a powerful visual, isn't it? Mental resilience is not some innate talent you're just handed at birth. It is rigorously forged. You have to decide every single morning, before you check a single email, before you put out a single fire, exactly how you're going to treat this incredibly powerful instrument inside you.
Moving on to part 2, daily habits for mental sharpness, the non-negotiable morning regimen. So, if you're the blacksmith, you need a process, right? Let's walk through 4 foundational routines that act as sharpening stones for your mind. Step 1 is affirmations. When you wake up, set your intentions like a warrior preparing for battle. Reaffirm your strength and your worth. These small, repeated acts build this mental fortress that doubt just cannot breach. Step 2 is reading. Immersing yourself in stories of courage and wisdom is brilliant. You literally absorb the strength of those who dared to dream before you. Step 3 is reflection. This is where you meet yourself in the quiet. You challenge your fears, examine your doubts, and uproot them with the sharp sword of truth. And finally, step 4, meditation. This is the forge where your mind cools and hardens after the heat of battle. It's in this silence that you regain your strength and actually hear that inner voice telling you to keep going.
All right, part 3, reframing failure, the language of growth.
Look, even with the sharpest mind, professional setbacks are going to happen. They just are. So we absolutely have to shift our perspective here. Failure is not some final, devastating verdict. Think of it more like a mirror. It's a mirror reflecting the lessons you desperately need to learn. It's the language of growth and, honestly, just necessary feedback. When you face a setback, it's so natural for the mind to start whispering these stories of inadequacy. But high performers, they meet failure face to face. They don't rush to judge themselves. Instead, they ask, okay, what can I learn here? How can this experience actually sharpen my wisdom? And that shift, that turns frustration directly into fuel.
And this totally brings us to the vocabulary of the mind. Internalizing failure sounds like, oh, I failed, or this is impossible, which basically views the event as a reflection of your actual self-worth. But here's the truth. Your value is not diminished by what doesn't go right. High performers, they plant seeds of possibility instead. So, rather than saying, I failed, you say, I'm learning. Instead of, this is impossible, you say, okay, this is hard, but I'm going to keep trying. Tweaking this internal vocabulary is a real game changer. It completely changes the return on investment of your mental energy, building a flexible, adaptable mind that perfectly separates your core identity from temporary outcomes.
Let's look at part 4, embracing discomfort, building the resilience muscle.
Now, to truly build an adaptable mind, we have to look at where growth actually happens. And this brilliantly illustrates why discomfort is not a threat you should run away from. It's actually an incredible teacher.
When you stay present in discomfort, you completely rewrite what you believe you can endure. First off, it challenges those old limitations and fears. When you feel super rushed, discomfort steps in and teaches you patience. When you're feeling prideful, it teaches you humility. And when you feel utterly lost, it cultivates faith. Every single time you choose to endure that sacred tension instead of just running from it, your mind becomes like steel, totally flexible, but totally unbreakable.
Comfort is a beautiful place, but nothing ever grows there. That is so incredibly true. Resilience is never just a sudden gift that drops out of the sky. It's a muscle, and it's built through repeated acts of courage in highly uncomfortable situations. The more you face discomfort, the more power you realize you actually have in choosing to stay, to learn, and to ultimately rise.
And finally, part 5, visualizing victory in environment design, creating your blueprint. This brings us to filtering out toxicity and actively using visualization. Now, I know a lot of people dismiss visualization as just daydreaming, but as a highly strategic professional tool, it is absolutely not wishful thinking. It quite literally rewires your nervous system. The stories you tell yourself completely shape your reality. When you create this vivid mental movie of your day unfolding with success, like really seeing yourself handling those difficult conversations or crushing obstacles, your body actually responds as if it's happening in real life. It physically reduces your fear. It primes your brain to spot opportunities that everyone else misses simply because your mind has already been there.
So, the absolutely crucial point here is that your internal visualization has to be protected by your external environment. Let's do a quick environment audit, okay? You must, and I mean must, set fierce boundaries against energy depleters. We're talking negativity, office gossip, toxic manipulation, and dwelling on things you simply cannot control. These things drain your strength and cloud your vision. Removing them is an act of pure self-preservation. On the flip side, you really want to actively cultivate momentum generators. This is your clear sense of purpose, inspiring stories, strict self-love, and gratitude. Purpose and positivity work hand in hand to create just this unstoppable momentum.
When you combine all these steps, the discipline, the habits, the reframing of failure, enduring discomfort, and fiercely protecting your mental space, something pretty incredible happens. Because true winners, they don't wake up magic. They don't wake up fearless. No, they wake up ready to fight the fear. And when life throws absolute chaos at them, a trained mind doesn't panic. A trained mind doesn't quit. High performers absolutely refuse to shrink back when their limits are tested. They recalibrate. They show up even when it's hard and especially when it's messy.
When everything is on the line, when the pressure is just immense, a trained mind does not fall apart. It falls into absolute focus. It literally manufactures its own confidence and perfectly executes the blueprint it's been practicing every single day.
I want to leave you with this final, really provocative thought. You are not a product of your environment, your past mistakes, or the opinions of those who just don't see your worth. You are a product of your patterns. And the exact moment you decide to change your patterns, your entire life changes right along with it. So stop waiting for perfect conditions. Stop waiting for someone else to hand you confidence. When will you decide to change your patterns and take extreme ownership of your mindset? The training starts today.